guys, Jana Eubank here. I am starting a page using the Carta Bella Paper Autumn collection. It is this collection right here. And I have it started and thought I'd turn on my camera and do a little process video since many of you have been requesting that. A lot of times I scrap in the middle of the night and I forget to turn on my phone and record, so this time I remembered. I started with this Gordon's Pumpkin Farm paper that has the 4x6 cards on the back, and I love this paper. I've actually done a couple layouts with this paper already, but part of the reason is because my dad's name is Gordon, and so it kind of has a little special meaning for me. So here I have these pictures of my daughter last year. We have this church group called Activity Days that she goes to with girls her age, and they do crafts and service projects and things like that. And I had these, they made these cute fabric pumpkins last year, so I wanted to record that. And so I have these photos, and I used a couple of strips of the other pattern papers, and then I cut out this little scarecrow from one of the 4x4 cards on this paper from the Autumn collection. And I'm just going to tuck that there, and I think I am, and we'll see how this page goes from there. From here I decided to map the photos with some brown cardstock scraps that I had in my stash. So I'm just adhering them to the cardstock, and then I pull out my Perfect Layers tools and add a 1/16 inch edge around each photo. Now I'm just inking the edges of the little border strips with some brown ink. I just use a makeup sponge dipped in an ink pad and just scrape the edges. I wanted to add more pattern to this page, so I decided to put a pattern block behind the main photo, the pumpkin photo. And I just try out some options and decide to go with the sunflower pattern. And then I ink the edges to match the other border strips. So finally we're getting back to the point where I was at the very beginning of this page with just getting stuff down, and can take it from there. I'm having a bit of trouble with my ATG, so just fixing that. Make sure that scarecrow's arm doesn't get tucked behind the other photos. Off camera, I'm cutting a title for this page on my Silhouette Cameo using a cut file that I found in their shop. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm just trying out some different stickers. Here my first layer is done. I cut it in brown, and then I'm going to cut another one out of orange paper to put on top. And then I kind of offset them a little bit so it looks like there's a shadow. The cut file actually had a little pumpkin to the right of the patch word, and I just trimmed that off because I decided I didn't want it. While the orange is cutting, I pulled out this other sheet by Echo Park paper from the I Love Family collection, and I'm going to use the letter stickers and tile letters from there to add to my title. So the orange is done, and I glue those together and fix the leaves, and now I'm going to finish the title. These letter stickers are so cute. They have a brown wood grain to them, so they just are perfect for fall. I want the title to say Cutest Little Pumpkin in the Patch. I didn't have enough room to spell out the full word of little, so I put lil, and in a minute, I kind of try to decide if I want to add an apostrophe or a dot of some kind, but I just end up leaving it. I try out the orange tile letters, but decide I like the red ones better. I like the contrast. So I add in that little space between the words. And here I'm just straightening the letters so they fit a little bit better. Add that little green sticker just so I have a trio of leaves to the right of the scarecrow. And then I decide I want to put a little cluster down here at the bottom of these two smaller photos. I have a tab sticker, and then I added the leaf basket to the right, and then some leaves and flowers to the left. Here I'm just sprinkling on some Studio Calico clay mist, and that is my favorite mist. I love it because it's not too shimmery. Well, it's not shimmery at all actually, but it's got kind of a French gray color to it. It's just nice and soft. Looks good. I love it. I use it a lot. I decide I want to put something at the top of the main photo to just accent it a little more. And I try out some small tag stickers, but decide to go to the Ephemera pack with the tags and frames because they're larger and proportionally they'll look better. So I'm inking them and adding some white crochet twine a la Jennifer Gallagher on these tags. And just tucking them behind. I decide to, on the tag on the left, I just staple down the stray string just to keep it in place. I'm thinking at this point that I want to add some enamel dots, but I'm not exactly sure. So I go ahead and work on my journaling for a minute and just think about it. I first write my journaling in pencil because I'm terrible at making stuff fit. So the journaling is to the right of the scarecrow, and then I put the date below the title. Here I'm trying out those enamel dots, but ultimately I decide they're too small. They're just not filling right. So I pull out some wood buttons by American Crafts and do that instead. I finished it up because I was super indecisive, but I decided to put these. Well, now I'm looking at it and I'm wondering if I should still put brown in there. These little cute wood buttons in here from American Crafts. So, no, too dark. I've got this little green one right here because we've got the green in this paper, and I'm just trying to cross-pollinate that green back down into here. And then it felt too lonely by itself, so I just added this little yellow one, which kind of helps bring over the yellow from the sunflowers and this yellow. And then I figured I better put those in threes, so I've got those two clusters there, and then I added this orange one up on the top. Let's see. Maybe right about there. Okay, so